back to my YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed to me already or have never watched any of my videos, I am the Beautyologist, makeup artist, stylist out of Detroit, Michigan. This video is, I'm trying to figure out what works for me. So this video is going to be short, sweet, simple, straight to the point. I'm going to give you glam. I'm going to give you face, honey, okay? And let's get right into it. Okay, now let's get started. Now I'm just brushing my brows with the e.l.f. Lash and Brow Wand. I'll be gluing my brows with the Ardell Clear Lash Glue just to hold my lashes and my eyebrows in place. Now I'm going to be using the NYX Brow Gel in Brown Black just to fill my brows in. So as you guys have seen before, I like to start my brows mid-brow with that base line just to give me a frame. So now I'll just be carving out my brow up top, filling in those sparse areas, as you guys have seen me do before. Because it's a full glam look, it's going to just be a little bit darker, a little bit more dramatic than usual. As I've said before, I don't fill in the beginning of my brow as much, just so that it'll have an ombre effect. I can feel a good brow coming, y'all. Okay, I'm going to go on to my other brow and just do the same. I just kind of fast forward through this portion. Now I'm using the Ruby Kisses HD concealer in the color Fawn. Okay, with the HD concealer, I am just starting mid-brow as I do with my brow gel, just so that majority of my product is being used towards the end of the brow. So I'm just going to carve out the end, bring it back to the beginning of the brow once I've carved out my arch. This is the Morphe M432 brush with that nice flat edge. I'm going to carve out the top of my brow now. I just love the way this brush works. It gives me all the straight lines that I need with easy precision. I was jamming, y'all. Excuse me. I'm going to go back in and just darken up those areas, maybe where I just overdrew with the concealer, and just fill out the space. Now I'm going to go ahead and do that other brow. Do the same. Okay, now I'm going to just bring some of that concealer down on my lid just to go ahead and blend that out. And then I'll be taking the Superstay Foundation by Maybelline in the color 334 and just priming my eyelids with that color. Of course, eyeshadow primer is good, but if you're all out, just use a little bit of foundation. Use the same foundation that you typically use on your face and just go in and use that. It'll allow the eyeshadow to adhere a lot better and show its true pigmentation. And then go ahead and blend that foundation in with the concealer and create a nice flat base. Okay, now that we have that flat base, let's go ahead and get started with this eyeshadow. Okay, so I'll be using the Morphe 39S palette. Such a Gem Artistry palette is the name of it. So all of the shades are going to be listed in the description below. So I'm going to be using this nice soft brown in my crease color. Okay, so I had to get the name of that color. That nice soft brown color we'll be using in our crease. The name of that is Super Swanky. And then we'll be taking the next shade in our outer V of our eyelid in the color Plums Up, which is going to be a really deep purple. Now that transition color, guys, that we used in our crease is just going to allow the color to have a nice gradient effect. So it'll show it going from that dark purple to a really lighter version of the purple. Once it bounces off, it's a soft brown, but once it bounces off that purple, it'll look like a lighter purple. So you always want to make sure you have a crease transitional color. Now I'll be going in just to create that partial cut crease with a lighter concealer. That concealer is the No Filter Concealer by ColourPop. And the name of that shade is Dark 40. So you want to go ahead and line out your crease. Bring that up to that crease and line midway through your lid, and be sure to blend this concealer in wherever it stops. I've made the mistake, as I did in this video, you'll see, of not completely blending out that cut crease, but it turns out fine. I was able to patch it back together. So now for our lid color, we'll be using the color Pink Prize. And it's a really nice, soft, bright pink on the lid. And then we'll have one other transitional shade. You'll see that once we get to that step. But I like to take a blending brush initially to apply that lid color, just because it tends to be able to pick up the most product and saves me a lot of time. So I go in on the lid, but then I'll take a smaller brush, like a concealer or packing brush, to go along the line to make sure that that crease stays precise. Okay, and you want to pack that in good. You don't want to use the blending brush to go up to that line, because you don't want the line to no longer exist. So you make sure you use that packing brush and pack that color in good, because it's a light shade. You don't want it to wear away throughout the day. And then go ahead back into your outer V, with the Plums Up, just to deepen that shade of purple and create a good transitional color. Make sure that we are blending, ladies. I don't know what I'm looking for. Lord, I always lose stuff, y'all. Excuse me. Okay. Now for our middle shade. This color we're going to be going in, it's a deeper pink, and that is called Here For It. And this is going to create a nice ombre effect from light to dark. It's going to give us that transitional pink in the middle of our lid. So just go in with your blending brush, a different blending brush from the Plums Up, so that those colors aren't mixed. Go in and pop that in the center, or well, 3/4 of the way, just so that you'll have that nice warm gradient effect. Remember to stipple and never swipe the eyeshadows, ladies. You will get the most color to appear on your lid if you stipple. That's basically just that tapping motion. Take as much of that transitional pink in there that you need, just so that you can distinguish all three colors. You don't want it to look like it's all one shade. I'm gonna go back in with the pink prize. Just carve out that crease again. Make sure that that lighter pink is really prominent. Okay, now I'll be using the Jet Black Liquid Liner by e.l.f. I typically start mid-lid with the liquid eyeliner just to make sure I don't create a, crooked line. Normally my base, by starting in the middle, I can get a nice precise wing. And you'll see that I don't want a thick or dramatic wing. Just want to line the lid and create some definition. I'll do a separate video on the wing eyeliner, just so that you guys can see how to do a proper wing in a slower setting. Once you have that eyeliner on, you want to make sure you allow it to dry and go ahead and apply some mascara, because next you'll be applying your false lashes. Mascara allows for the false lashes to last a little bit longer. It has something, a thicker base to stick to, so I like to coat my lashes with just a little bit of mascara. Now I'm going in with my Superstay Lash Adhesive. It has the same type of applicator as the the liquid eyeliner. So I just draw that on as if I'm putting eyeliner on. And I just got that from my local beauty supply. Now I'll be using the Lashes Jungle by Blushed & Co. So when you put on your false lashes, you want to make sure you have a compact mirror so that you're able to look down. By looking down into your mirror, you can show how closely you are putting the lash to your actual hairline, and you want to get it as close as possible. So you want to make sure you have the right position, ladies, just so that your lashes aren't coming off throughout the day. And that went in on so easy. As you can see, I was excited. Because even still with me doing my makeup, often, I still have issues putting on lashes as well. It's hard for everybody. Especially if your eyes water a lot like mine. So I went ahead and did my other eye off camera. And now I'm just letting that dry. And I went ahead and applied my foundation. And as you can see, I'm adding my lipstick on now. We'll be doing a full glam foundation routine in one of our coming videos. I just wanted you guys to get the gist of that partial cut crease. Like I said before, bear with me. I'm trying to figure out what process I like better when recording and editing. So I'm just trying to see how this voiceover thing works. Everything else has been pretty smooth. I'm just working out the kinks. But I'm going ahead and applying that lip. Something nice and nude. I love a nice nude color. Adding some gloss there. Ooh, my hair is hit, y'all. Don't mind me while I'm trying to be cute. But I'm going to go in and fix that. Don't worry. But there you have it. It's like a nice flawless look. I'm going to go in now with my white retractable eyeliner by NYX and just fill in my waterline. If you have issues with your eyes watering, be careful when it comes to this step. I don't want you to ruin an entire face if this step, causes your eyes to water. So just make a nice clean white line on the inside of your eye. Typically people do this just to brighten their eyes, make them look wider. Ooh, look at that hair, y'all. Excuse me. It's not about the hair. It's not about the hair. It's about the makeup. And it's flawless, honey. Okay? And then I'm going to take that Plums Up right below the white line and just go ahead and smudge out my lash line before I put some mascara on those bottom lashes. But that way it has the same color and effect as the top lid. So you want to just go in with that Plums Up and smudge it out. I'm using my ankle brush. It's a little harsher. If you have a smudging brush, you can use a smudging brush. But the ankle brush gives me a nice, precise line. And that's what I like about it. I like to do this step last so that my eyes aren't irritated throughout the entire makeup application. But as you can see, I went in with that Plums Up a little too high. So I'm going to define that white line again. I just love me a pink eyeshadow look. Like, it looks so pretty. Everything flows with the blush so nice once the entire face is made. So pinks will always be my favorite. You guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. But even more so, be sure to comment. I want to know looks that you guys want to see. I've gotten a lot of suggestions and I'm working on those videos. But because I'm new to YouTube, it's just easier if you guys tell me what you need to see. And I can go ahead and record it if I know how. Because let me tell you, child, it's been a task coming up with ideas. So as you can see, I'm going in with my mascara, just swiping it across those bottom lashes. I don't want to mess up my foundation. So I swipe it across those bottom lashes just to apply a coat of that black mascara so that you're able to see my lashes. But I'm not actually fully running the wand through the hair.